Okay, everyone, we're really lucky today to have one of our amazing foster carers from the Southern Foster Care team joining us. So she's been a foster carer for a while with our program, and she's going to tell us a little bit more around what her experience has been, how well she's felt supported, what it's like to be a foster carer, and answer some of those grueling questions that you're all probably wanting to know. Hi Maria.
Hi.
Hey, so I guess if you could tell us a little bit about what led you to be a foster carer.
So I've been a carer for it'll be 2 years in June. The reason why we became foster carers, so there's me and my husband. When I was growing up, we did respite foster care as a family, and I saw the benefits of it. We built a relationship with one particular child, and that just sort of gave me that drive to do it myself, and my husband was happy to do it as well. But we, as our family, as in me and my husband, we do short-term, emergency, long-term, so we do all types of care. So like I said, we've been doing it for 2 years. We've had about 19 children in that time, varying from 1 night to 12 months. Yeah.
Awesome. I feel like you've got a range of sort of all of the aspects of foster caring. And how did you find that when you were working, managing work life with home life, when you were fostering? How did you sort of balance it all?
Yep. So when we first started fostering, I was still working full time. At the moment, I'm not. The first few children that we had were going to school a bit further away, so we had transport, so the transport would come to our workplace, and so that made it a whole lot easier. It didn't make too much of a difference to my morning. And then so as a carer, you sometimes not need to, but there are meetings that you can be a part of. So if I couldn't make it because I was working, the Anglicare would let me ring in, or they're quite adaptable to working foster parents. So
awesome. So you found it quite manageable when you were working, being a foster carer as well.
Yep.
And I think we consider that at Anglicare in the matching process, when we match children with foster families, that it's going to work for you and your family.
Yeah. So when we were both working, we had more school-age children, or children that were in long day care. The only reason I'm not working now is because we've chosen to take on babies, and with babies they try and match foster parents who aren't working.
Yeah, so you have that more time for their routine and stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about some memorable experiences you've had with some of the children that have come your way?
Yeah, so there's one really big memorable moment for our family. So last year we had 2 brothers, and they stayed for 12 months. And part of that 12 months, we also had their newborn baby brother for 3 of those months. We built a relationship with the biological family. So, and that relationship has now carried on. So they went home last year, at the end of last year, and I've still kept in contact with the mum. The mum will send me pictures. We've actually exchanged numbers. And the baby that we had is turning 1 in a couple of weeks, and she's invited us to celebrate the first birthday. And it's just really made me realise that, we were there for that family when they really needed us, and that is essentially what foster care is all about. And it's just been amazing, and it just made it easier saying goodbye, because we knew that we would still see them, and we know that they're doing really well. So that's been probably the most memorable thing for me.
So awesome.
Yeah.
And I just think you built such a relationship with that family. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
How do you think, in saying that, with those memorable moments and experiences, how do you think fostering's changed your life?
Yeah, so fostering has changed my life, or our life. So we don't have any biological children. So for us, these children have come into our lives, so we've become parents. And so it's changed in that aspect. I'm a teacher, so I've dealt with children for a while, but having children in your life who've been through trauma can sometimes have its challenges. So sometimes you may have to adapt different scenarios, so you know, not going to crowded things or whatever it may be for that particular child. But I don't think it's dramatically changed my life in any negative impact. But there has been changes, but like I said, I didn't have children before, so it's going to change.
How is your like extended family, I guess, sort of suited to the fact that you're fostering children?
Yep, so obviously, like I said, we did it as a family growing up. So I've got 3 brothers and they're all very familiar with it. And my husband, he's got a sister and she's really open to it, and all we've had is support from them. And we as a whole family have really learnt a lot about different things, really.
Yeah. And we've been, I guess, in contact with, like, me and you have lots of chats around things that happen when you're fostering, and some of the challenges that sort of come up, but also some of the amazing times. And I think some of the memories you create are, you know, worth a life. Like, they're really, really special to these children.
Yeah, I say a lot to my friends, it's the most challenging but the most rewarding thing that I've ever done. You do see a lot of positives. There are, you know, some challenging times, but there's definitely a lot of positives. So
yeah, awesome. And how do you feel, like, well, tell me some of the things, I guess, that you feel have supported you through your fostering journey, and what have been the most valuable sort of resources in terms of supports for you?
Yep, so what I found with I like went through the Dandenong office, so I have a case manager who I can speak to at any time, whether it's a text message, email, phone call, and if they're not in for the day, I also have other case managers that are in the office that I can talk to. And when we first started fostering, you know, it was all new to us, so I was probably calling a lot.
We love your calls, Maria. We love your calls.
So that was really good, that I never felt that I was annoying anybody. So, you know, if you do go ahead and do it, don't be afraid to ask, because I know a couple of moments I needed some sort of support, and by me asking I was able to get it. But if I don't ask, then I'm not going to be able to get that support. Also, we have peer support meetings once a month, and I have found that really beneficial, because it's really good to talk to other foster carers and network, because they know exactly what you're going through. You know, parenting a child who's been through trauma is quite different to parenting a child who hasn't been through trauma. And there's obviously things like, you know, biological families, DHHS, and like different things that you have to deal with that you perhaps wouldn't deal with your biological child. So having that peer support is really good, because you can just go and talk to someone and ask them. And I know that one time I was having a challenging behaviour that I wasn't sure what to do. I came to the meeting, I said, this is happening, and I had like 5 different families that are like, oh, we've done this, have you tried that, and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's really a huge thing. I also have a close friend who's also a foster carer. I actually met her through like Anglicare, and we catch up all the time, and it's really good because I can chat to her if I'm having a challenging day, you know, asking her about different things, and she gets it, which really makes a difference. We also have a Facebook group that we sometimes will comment, you know, put things up on, and if, you know, if we're gonna go out, like arrange a catch up or something, then that can be put on the Facebook.
And that's very different as well with the Facebook page. I mean, this is the carers working together and having their own informal support, which is really awesome, so outside of us as an agency.
But yeah, so, and obviously the normal sort of support from your family and friends and stuff. But
And what about after hours, I guess? Like, how do you find that?
Yeah, so I have had to call after hours a couple of times, nothing like extreme, but sometimes, you know, after 5 o'clock the office is closed. So there is a 24-hour line, and so I give them a call, and I've had a chat to them and they can guide you depending on what you need the support for. Yeah, and they answer the phone. Yeah.
So I guess if there's an emergency or anything
Yeah.
that's going on after hours, that there is that support there for
Yeah.
you. Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you can think of right now that you wanted to sort of be able to tell potential foster carers that are considering becoming a foster carer?
Like I said, it's the most challenging but the most rewarding thing that I've ever done. And, you know, there's support out there. If you're worried, if you're concerned about different things, ask Anglicare, network to other foster carers, because there's ways around things. Like if there's a scenario that you're worried about, there potentially is ways to work through it. Like I said, I was working at the start, working full time, and I was still able to do it. I'm not working now, but you know, there's a variety of ways, and yeah.